So, you're looking for a dog trainer in Las Vegas. It can feel like a pretty big decision, right? Well, we're going to break down exactly how to find the perfect professional for you and your dog. Having a well-trained dog just makes life in a city like ours so much better. It means you can enjoy a quiet morning coffee on a patio or a relaxed walk through a busy park without any stress. It's really all about building a confident, happy companion that you can take pretty much anywhere. And let's be real, the challenges here are a little different. We're talking about everything from a calm stroll down a packed sidewalk in Summerlin to your dog staying polite at a cafe in the Arts District. Can they keep their cool with all the tourist foot traffic or navigate a dog-friendly spot in Henderson? These are the real-world situations we're getting them ready for. Okay, so first up, part one, know your training needs. Before you even start looking for a trainer, it's absolutely essential to get clear on what you want to accomplish. So take a second and think about it. What are your main goals? Are we talking about typical puppy stuff, or is there something more specific? Maybe like anxiety or that constant leash pulling that's been a real challenge? A lot of folks are looking for help with these common issues. The basics like obedience, puppy socialization, and definitely leash pulling. But maybe for you, it's the nonstop barking or jumping on every single guest. Or maybe it's something more serious like reactivity toward other dogs. Just figuring out your top one or two priorities is the perfect first step. All right, this breaks down your two main choices. In-home training is fantastic for those behaviors that, you guessed it, happen at home, like going nuts at the doorbell, separation anxiety, or surfing the counters. On the flip side, group classes are great for practicing focus when there are other dogs and people around, but in a setting that's a bit more controlled. Which brings us right to part two, choosing the right trainer. Okay, so you know your goals. Now, here's what you should be looking for in a professional. You can really boil this down to three simple steps. First, look for trainers who use positive reinforcement. That's the modern, science-backed way to do things. Second, check for professional certifications. It's like a background check on their expertise. And third, have some good questions ready to ask. Okay, don't let all these letters scare you off. Credentials like CPDT, KA, or KPA, CTP just mean a trainer has passed a big test on training knowledge. Now, if you're dealing with more complex stuff like fear or reactivity, look for something like CBCCKA. That tells you they have some deeper, specialized expertise in animal behavior. This is a big one. You absolutely want to ask any potential trainer this question. A good pro isn't going to have a one-size-fits-all plan. They should be able to tell you exactly how they'll tailor their approach for your dog and for the unique, high-distraction world we live in here in Vegas. Next up, let's talk about the practical side of things. Part 3, training costs. Here's a look at what you can generally expect to invest in the Las Vegas area for 2025. So, just as a starting point, a single private lesson, which usually runs about 60 to 90 minutes, is typically going to fall somewhere in this range. And here's the full breakdown. You can see that a multi-week puppy class or a group obedience class will usually run a few $100s total. Private lesson packages can give you better value for each session, often landing somewhere between, say, $475 and $1,100. Then you have the more intensive options, like a board and train program, which is a much bigger investment, as you can see. Now, it's good to remember that these are just averages. You might see higher prices if the trainer has to travel out to places like Summerland or Henderson. And of course, the costs will also be higher for more complex behavioral work, like serious reactivity or anxiety issues. All right, finally, we're at part 4, practice around town. This is the fun part. This is where all that hard work really starts to pay off, and you get to put those new skills to the test out in the real world. First things first, you gotta know the rules, and it's pretty simple here in Clark County. Your dog has to be on a leash in all public spots, sidewalks, parks, you name it. The only time they can be off-leash is inside a designated fenced dog park. A standard 6-foot leash is really your best friend for getting around the city safely and legally. So, where should you go to practice? Well, for safe, off-leash work on things like recall, those fenced parks like Barkin Basin or Kellogg Zahar are perfect. If you want to practice calm, leashed walking around other people and all sorts of distractions, Sunset Park is a fantastic choice. And if you're looking for a bit more of a challenge, the trails at Red Rock Canyon are perfect for working on focus during a leashed hike. At the end of the day, this is what it's all about. A well-trained dog isn't about having perfect control, it's about having more freedom. It just makes every single walk, every visit with friends, and every trip to the park more relaxed and fun for you, for your dog, and for everyone else. So good luck with your training. With just a little bit of consistency, I know you and your confident city companion will be ready for anything and everything Las Vegas has to offer.